I had to take a load of garbage to the dump. And my wife said, "Be sure you take the dog with you." And I said, "Okay." I couldn't understand what I needed to have the dog for. But as I got it in the truck with me, then I realized, well, if there's a bear, she'll alert me. So we drove down to the dump. During the wintertime, what they had done was cut the brush off. And they cut the brush off about, maybe 2 feet. There's lots of sticks sticking up all over everywhere, so you couldn't really run down there. But people have been throwing garbage over in that area. So I got out of the truck, took my garbage, went down this hill, and threw it in an area. And being the great dump miser that I am, I decided I'd look around to see if there's anything worthwhile there. One man's garbage is usually another man's treasure. There was nothing seemed to be too interesting. And I looked up ahead, and there was an old car up there. In fact, it was a car that I remember having when I was young. It was a 1952 Chevy. Oh my goodness, wonder if that car is worthwhile. So I started to walk toward that car, and I saw something colorful on the ground, and I looked down, and I reached down to pick it up, and as I got up, I heard, and I moved a little bit closer to the car, and I heard the cough again. And I said, "Is there anything good over there?" And I walked toward the car. I was about 5 steps from the car, and a bear poked his head over the top of the car. Over the top of the car. On the other side of the car from me. To me, that's a predicament. And right away, I realized that I was in trouble. I didn't have a weapon. There was nobody else down there. And where was the dog? Well, the dog was in the car. I left the dog in the truck. So I looked at the bear, and I looked to my right, and it was about 8-9 feet up high, and I couldn't climb up that hill fast enough to get away from the bear. So I looked behind me, and I couldn't run because of all of them sticks in the way. But I had a running conversation with myself. Well, Craig, you're down here in this hole. And if you stay here much longer, you will be part of this hole. So it might be to your advantage to just back up slowly and move out toward the hill. That is what I did. But I kept up this running din with myself. Now I wonder if this bear knows that I'm trying to get away from it. I certainly hope he doesn't. Well, by the time I got through talking, I had backed far enough so I could run up the top of the hill. Oh, I got up to the top of the hill, and I got into the car, and I closed the door, and I patted the dog. Boy, that was a scary experience.